managing people, I always feel that I need to stop peopling. It is so difficult to manage people. What is the mantra? Let's hear.
We have to build in strategies and implement strategies to do that. How do I get talent to the organization? Yeah.
1 मिनट लगता है बोलने में एक एम्प्लॉय को बेकार कंपनी है. It just takes a minute, not even a minute, I think a second. बेकार कंपनी है. And it'll just take a minute for any top professional to say, ये क्या बेकार candidate लेकर आए हो? Very nice, Rekha ji. But
Thank you.
I would like to ask you something. ये जितने भी HR वाले होते हैं, ये खुद को भगवान क्यों मानते हैं? I really want to know this.
In my opinion, Bhagwan to nahi hote hai, but they are the people who are giving you the job. So on one aspect, you should think that thank them, right? But on the other aspect, you have to be also careful because they are the ones who hire and fire.
Hello and welcome to Rabbi Rashi Foundation. Today we are undergoing HR transformational lessons with a seasoned strategist and vice president of HR for a thriving service industry, Rekha Nagaraj. Her mission is to empower 1 million women to reach the pinnacle of success. Wow. Rekha ji, आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है.
Thank you, Rashi.
So, who is Rekha Nagaraj, the brand Rekha Nagaraj? And what encouraged you to, seek a career in HR strategy? What is your journey? And tell us all about yourself.
Thank you, Rashi. Hi, I'm Rekha Nagaraj. I'm a HR and a business strategist. I'm also a transformation leader. I transform businesses with extraordinary people and human resource strategies. Yes, I have a small story behind how I got into the professional line. From childhood, I always aspired to be the best, may it be career, may it be cultural, or may it be athletics. I wanted to do something in the professional line. My inspiration was my maternal uncle, who was the only engineer in the family. I have my greatest gratitude to my grandparents who has educated me for the professional line because my grandfather said, if you want to do your engineering, I will educate you. That was my challenge. So I took up the course. Of course, my parents also supported me through the journey. My sincere gratitude to them. My sister who had given me the moral support, of course. I joined the engineering course, completed it, and also started my career as an electronics engineer. While at work, my colleagues used to always say, you have extraordinary capabilities to handle people. So why don't you get into that? So that is when I thought I have to do my master's in business administration. So after my two pretty little daughters, I did my master's in business administration. The support was from my husband. Gratitude, and I really thank him because he supported me. Otherwise, I wouldn't have completed after the two kids who were born. So that's how I got into the this profession and into the management leadership line. Joined the service industry, and as a vice president HR, I am heading the department of this organization. When I joined here in the first 3 months, I thought I will quit the job because I had totally come from an environment of an IT industry. 10 years I worked there, and the other 2 decades I am with this company. But somewhere in the corner of my mind, I thought, if it is a HR, how does industry matter to me? I need to deal with people alone. So whether it is an IT or a non-IT sector, I need to deal with people. That's how I continued my service here. And it has been 2 decades, and I have successfully been able to implement the human resource strategies for the organization, naming for the success of talent acquisition, learning and development, which I have done from the, conceptualize the whole division, and compensation and benefits, performance management system, and extra. And I have transformed almost 20,000 plus lives. That gives me a lot of satisfaction in the organization for the 3 decades. That's my story, Rash.
When you speak about 2 decades, it
Mhm.
speaks a lot about your stable behavior, that you embrace stability. And I think this is commendable work, Rekha ji. People leave jobs these days, with just small issues, and you've been there supporting the company, transforming lives, and this is absolutely commendable work. When you speak about managing people, I always feel that I need to stop peopling. You know, it is so difficult to manage people. What is the mantra? Let's hear.
Managing people is not a joke, first thing. See, we have 5 fingers. All 5 fingers are not the same. So, in an industry, you can find people right from the grassroots level to the top level people. So, how do I manage them? I have strategy. We have to build in strategies and implement strategies to do that. How do I get talent to the organization? The once the talent comes over, onboarded to the organization, now how do I retain them? It's the biggest challenge for any HR, I could say. So that is where we HRs play a role. We need to keep them, comfortable with the organization. We need to have the bonding with them, and we need to engage them with the organization. That is when they would want to work with us. And another thing is the branding of the organization is very much important. So we need to inculcate in them the objectives and the goals of the organization, what they would be the next 5 years here, rather than we ask them what they want to be. Why don't we put that question reverse to us? Put a question to all of us. What can we develop in an individual after 5 years he is with the organization? That is what I would say. So developing people is a challenge, of course, but then if you are inclining them to the organizational goals and objective, it is definitely possible.
And I think that is where the experience comes and matters. Okay,
Yes.
okay, wonderful. Okay, now tell me, see, you are an experienced HR advisor and a transformational leader. So, what fundamental ideas and tactics do you believe? It's about you, are very critical in promoting organizational growth. So what are the, like you just spoke about that, you follow some strategies. So
Yeah.
tell the world about your, strong beliefs and strong strategies that you use for your daily work.
Yes, Rashi. So being a corporate head of the organization, I am a business developer for the organization. I believe in that. I have to impact for the business, right? So based on that, my belief is we need to invest on people. Investing means the skill development, what we need to focus on. We have to prioritize upskilling and reskilling the employees. That is when they feel that they have something in this organization to go with. I can develop myself. My career will be the career growth perspectives they will look at. Not only that, empowering them is very important. Also, there they are in a lot of stress when they come out from the families. They have to, because see, it is an industry where they come out with from various states and various districts to work with us. So what happens? They're leaving back their family, right? So how do they balance that? What is the stress levels they are undergoing? So we have to give them some, mindset to work with the company as well as to take the work-life balance. I would mean the work-life balance should be met. For this, we need to take care of their health. Awareness on their health is very important. Give them some trainings for keeping their health awareness good, and that is when they can cope up with the work as well as the family. They can have a work-life balance. That is one thing. The second thing is the culture. We should have a strong culture. So coming to the culture, what do I say? We should be transparent. The company has to be transparent to the employees. The company has to tell them what is happening in the day to day activities, may it be monthly or quarterly, whatsoever. We should tell them the business growth, whether the business is going in a spiking curve or whether it is dipping. That is when they will understand how important they are for the business. So that is a culture change you have to get with the employees. The employees will feel bonded with us because they feel okay, management is taking us a part of the family. So that is the culture change I would look into. Empowering them is what I mentioned. How do you empower? Nowadays, the industries or small scale or maybe the startups, we don't believe, we don't trust. But that is the first thing we have to do. We need to trust our people and also inspect them. Give them the authority at their levels to take the decision. That is very important. That is very important in my opinion. I also believe in HR technology. We need to implement various technologies for talent acquisition, learning and development, and employee engagement activities and PMS. Whereas while doing this, what do? We reduce the time the employees take. We reduce the time that is taken for all these activities. So definitely we have this data-driven decision making. Management will get in their fingertips what, how, and where they are lacking and how they can build and improvise in their business. That is what I am implementing, Rashi. And this is definitely, giving us a better curve. We are trying to, from 350 crores, we have reached to 450 crores. And now we are working towards 600 crores. Definitely, I have been able to retain the top leadership tag.
You know, while speaking to you, I understand that, your perspective as an HR professional is absolutely perfect. But let's speak about some ground realities. Top founders, owners, top CEOs, they are pressurizing the HR every day for,
Correct.
in an organization, the HR is squeezed between the employees and the top management. Okay, so there is a lot of conflict.
Yeah.
1 मिनट लगता है बोलने में एक एम्प्लॉय को बेकार कंपनी है. It just takes a minute, not even a minute, I think a second. बेकार कंपनी है. And it'll just take a minute for any top professional to say, ये क्या बेकार candidate लेकर आए हो? So how do you manage this? I really want to know this.
Yes. See, it is where it is, as you said, practically what we experience in the profession. Every employee I cannot satisfy, of course, but definitely I can look at the percentage what I can satisfy. At least 80% of them I can satisfy saying that they are in the good company, whichever company it may be. Because I know what I am implementing in the organization, what are the strategies we drive through for the business growth. The management is happy if I drive through all the strategies, right? But at the same time, I'm trying to develop the employee also, like learning and development. Take it. People come with a lot of skills, but we definitely look into the skills which are useful for the organization because every day there is a technology change. Every day the business aspects are different. Every day the business requirements are different. So I had to develop them, upskill them. And this upskill is not only for the management, it is also for the employee. So where they are looking at their career growth, they definitely will look at the career growth. One is to add into the CV, of course, and so that they can jump over from our organization to the other organization. But at the same time, let's think it as a social responsibility. That should be our motto because we need to give back to the society, is what I would always think. So, in this way, I think I can retain my people, and that's the best I can do.
Yeah, and it's it's fair justice, I think, because you have clarity on what you're offering and what you are getting. So this is wonderful. Okay, Rekha ji, tell me, Tell me a success story, you as a top HR professional, and how did you retain? So tell us some case studies so that people are aware about how to handle such cases. Over to you.
I have been successful in, conducting this succession planning courses. So, what happens? Every leader who's there in the organization, the succession planning impacts. Unless they develop their own successor, they will not grow up the ladder. That is the concept I have been implementing in this organization. And for every level, we are looking at that. So, one is that I have developed that. I get the best talent to the organization so that I can retain them. I have also brought the attrition level from 10% to 1% for the organization. And this was the biggest challenge that I have taken once I was with the organization because unless I skilled or upskilled the people, they would not match up with the requirements of the organization. So obviously, when I have developed people in the career path, they have supported the organization and worked towards the objective and the goals. That is the next thing what I have done. That is what I have implemented as a strategy. And if you take performance management system, we have I have done this annual rating for employees, and every annual we need to look at their performances and also look at where we can improvise them. And redundant has to be retained, or sometimes we have to say sorry. So that is one aspect that I look into for the organizational growth. And coming to the business angle, I have supported 5 business units, all India basis, and almost 200 projects I have been supporting successfully. And today we are from 350 to 450 crores we are aiming at. And also we are diverging into various other projects, which is going to be 600 crores. I'm working towards that. And of course, supporting 20,000 lives, I have been able to be successful in the organization.
Once you say 20,000 lives, I want you to tell me your efforts for helping those, 1 million women, your goal, your ambition, and your aim. What are you doing for that?
See, I always have an aspiration to give back to the society. I have 3 decades of experience, and it should not go just like that. So I want to share my knowledge with people. And I have been a community member. I have been associated with Ironlady community, who have a mission of developing 1 million women to reach the top. So I am a part of it. I give coaching. I also share my knowledge in terms of HR perspective for job seekers, and I mentor them on aspects like how they prepare themselves for the jobs and how they can crack their interviews and various other things. I also recently did a mock interview preparations, and how they handle certain situations when when it comes to the organization. What happens after you are in the organization? As a HR, I have seen the candidates, I have given my experiences to them. So I feel that's the best platform that I can be into to work with lovely women around. And I have also been in CWE recently, and that's also a women community. So I'm getting into a lot of women communities so that I can support them with my expertise.
While you are speaking, I feel that, this is unmatchable work because you are continuously doing and giving back, and very nice, Rekha ji. But
Thank you.
I would like to ask you something. ये जितने भी एचआर वाले होते हैं, ये खुद को भगवान क्यों मानते हैं? आई रियली वांट टू नो दिस.
In my opinion, Bhagwan to nahi hote hai, but they are the people who are giving you the job. So on one aspect, you should think that thank them, right? But on the other aspect, you have to be also careful because they are the ones who hire and fire. But one thing, we hire, we develop, we retain, and then fire if it is not okay. Yeah, that's the. I would say that employees who come onto the organization, they are always, trying to be very close with the HR. because they need to know what the organization does, how their appraisals are through them, right? The HR plays a key role for their appraisals also. So they need to be our best friends. Employees have to be our best friends, I would say. And everything said and done, their career, their their performance management, their growth, their remuneration, may it be their CTCs or the annual appraisals, everything goes through us. And the disciplinary actions, everything goes to us. So they know that we are the ones who are buffer between the employer and the employee. So obviously they should consider us like that.
But I was only pulling your legs. Okay, tell me
Yeah.
something. For example, when like way back, 2 decades back, or when you started your career, so you must have, knowing, unknowingly, you must have hired people who doing great work now. Maybe they're the founders, or maybe they're the CEOs of top companies. And when you meet them, and they've been your great friends, is it okay to say in public कि मैंने इसकी हेल्प की थी जॉब के लिए, he started his career because I gave him the job? Is it the correct way? Because this is something lately I experienced with a couple of people, youngsters. So
Okay.
I wanted to ask this question to a correct person, honestly. So
Mhm.
I'm asking you, that is it the correct way to somebody who's achieved, but they started
Mhm.
their career with you? So
Mhm.
saying that in public, that he started his career because I gave him the job, is it the correct way?
No, I don't think so. He got the job because he deserved it, is what I think. Because otherwise, I wouldn't have recruited him, right? He deserved that job. And if he has grown to that level, that means it is his efforts. Maybe the grooming might have been from us, but then he has made efforts to climb up the ladder. So, how do I say because I gave him the job, he's doing that? No, he deserved the job, so I gave him. That is what is my opinion to that question, Rashi.
Yeah, and I think being humble and being an HR professional and being humble about it, I think that is a perfect combination, I feel, because
Yeah, and I feel, I should be proud that he is in that position because he went through all the, whatever levels of training or whatever levels of, reprimanding, whatever we would have done. We would have given him a lot of grooming in the organization. I should be happy that he is in that position, but definitely I don't feel that because of me he's there. He deserved it.
absolutely right. The candidate is deserving. And I think it is a great role of all the different verticals. HR has their own role and the candidate is deserving. So they get hired. And of course, they
Mhm.
get polished by all the HR professionals they've been hired. This is
Yeah.
absolutely nice. Okay. Okay, Rekha ji. Now, there's a sea of HR professionals out there. Each company have their own set of HR, professionals and departments. Doing this podcast, I understand what's different about you, why you're at that level. But I want you to tell to the world your USPs and what is different about you as a HR professional from the others. Over to you.
Yes, Rashi. See, as I told you, I want to give back to the society. As a HR professional, I want to share my expertise in the industry. May it be a startup or an SME or a corporate, I want to share that with them. Because now, if you look into various aspects, how many of the young generation know how HR functions? Yes, they are from IIMs, they are from various, big universities, but still they need somewhere, they need the coaching or the grooming to get into an organization. It could be MNCs or it could be private sectors or anything. Because when we recruit a HR, I look into a lot of aspects. What do they know? So I want to get into mentoring and coaching the fresh graduates who are coming out of the college who want the experience. I would like to coach them for practical experience. That is where I want to play a unique role. And getting into the organizations as a HR advisor, I would like to give them coaching on how they implement strategies, where what can help them, implementing the strategies. It's not only in the book. I have experience practically for 20 years and more. Of course, 10 years in an IT industry. But my level of experience is right from the grassroots level because this service industry has people right from the lower level to the top level. So I feel I have that experience where I can groom them. In every level, I can groom them for strategies to be implemented for the organizational growth and excellence. So I want to be a coach and an advisor, of course.
And we wish you luck for this. I think I'm sure
Thank you so much.
you'll be able to do this. Okay, what is your one message to all the communities and brands out there? Over to you.
Yeah. I would like to give a message to startups, one thing. They need to actually think of delegating their responsibilities. How many of us today as startups think that we need to delegate the responsibilities so that we look at the business growth? The business will accelerate when you delegate your responsibility. As a startup, I don't think everything can be done by one person, right? So, employ or recruit people or take on board certain experts of the industries and have them on board as consultants. They need not be, a full time. They can take their advisors so that the business grows faster. They can utilize them for their employee engagement. They can utilize them for their employee growth and know how they retain the people. So that is one thing I would like to tell the startups. And if you come to the job seekers, I would advise them to get in touch with industry experts and also look at them how they can mentor you. Be with them so that in every level they can mentor you to achieve your goal. So job seekers can do that. This is the message I would like to give. And I would also say that advisors are the best because they would have experienced everything in their career. They would have gone through a lot of hassles in the career, and that can be, utilized as an experience for them.
And this is a very valid point that she's saying that the startups need to delegate their responsibilities to the other departments. Otherwise, you cannot. That is why startups fail because they try to do everything on their own. And this is a very, very beautiful and a valid point you've just raised. Okay, any awards and recognitions? What are your future plans? What are you aiming at? Let's hear.
I have been instrumental for a Golden Peacock Training Award for the organization, and that was a prestigious award for the organization. And I had, as I told you, I conceptualized the training and development or learning and development division right from the scratch. And I have been certified for the board member course, right, from Ironlady community, and also certified for the leadership essential program. I have been certified for that. And successfully for the 30 years, I feel that is my, that's my award. Having this kind of experience, that itself is my award for being here. Yeah, Rashi, I have a few future plans. Like I want to open up my own firm. Yes, of course, as a HR consultant and more on the advisory role. I want to be an advisor for startups and corporates and private sectors. Whoever wants to take my expertise, yes, I can volunteer that. And also, of course, it's a win-to-win situation. And also, I want to get into, where I can add more value to the society. Like, as I said, I'm with Ironlady community. Any other communities would like to connect with me, they're free to connect. And I want to work with NGOs also because I want to, give to the society, as I said. I would like to connect with NGOs. And this is what I would plan. My firm will have women leaders maximum, is what I'm thinking. Of course, there will be diversity inclusion also, but max to max, I would like to take women leaders in the leadership role. And supporting women leaders gives me a lot of satisfaction, being a women leader.
Absolutely commendable work. And clarity. This is what I
Thank
would say.
you.
And for an HR professional, clarity is must because
Yes,
a lot of lives, a lot of families, and a lot of food depends on you. And that is why I would say they are next to gods. So
yes.
this is wonderful, Rekha ji. So if you are ready to unravel the secrets of strategic HR, leadership, and business success, you're in the right podcast today. She's ready to coach and mentor people, ready to be an advisor to many, many big brands and corporates out there. Get in touch with her. Her details are available in the post and on the video. Do write to her. Rekha ji, आपका बहुत बहुत thanks है कि आप आए.
Thank you. Thank you, Rashi. Thank you very much for this opportunity. I love that. And I'm here always for people. Thank you so much.